Do you want to hear something completely insane? You have been programmed to lack confidence your entire life, and you find yourself being always the good guy, always the guy that she overlooks, always the guy on the sidelines, always the guy in the friend zone. Then this is the reason. And we're gonna look into this in this video now. But first, why should you listen to me? Well, over the last 12 years, I helped hundreds of shy and single men to overcome their insecurities and build unshakable confidence. And with that, find and attract the right women into their lives. So you have been programmed to lack confidence, and media is just one of the points I want to get into in this video. It's the first point. You started watching cartoons in your life and as a kid, and you always saw the same thing. It was always the clumsy, soft guy that was always like adorable and was the star of the show, of course, because the movie was, or the show was about him. And he always fell in love with that strong female character. And my problem with that is that guy, that the main character of the movie, was always clumsy, was always soft, and always like so empathetic. And it was always portrayed as it was noble that he doubted himself all the time. But it's not. It's not noble to doubt yourself all the time. You're not being a good person when you doubt yourself. You're not being a bad person either, but it is portrayed as, because he's so adorable and because he's the star of the show, that means us as children watching that, we think, okay, doubting yourself is probably that gets me love, because this main figure, whatever, if it's in a cartoon or if it's in a movie, like all these Ben Stiller movies and stuff, you have always this soft guy that is always in love with a strong female character that portrays all the masculine traits: decisiveness, having a strong will, discipline, some sort of abundance or indifference mentality. This main character always falls in love with her, and he then always confesses his love to her, as love is something that is against the law and needs to be confessed, something that is a sin or something, and you need to repent. This is what you see from your early childhood on. And then you grow up with all the movies, and you have either this clumsy, soft guy, or you have the caricature of masculinity, the action hero, the Jason Stathams that get shot 50 times in a movie and still survive and get the woman in the end. Because in this case, the woman needs saving, and in the other case, the woman doesn't need saving. Then you look at yourself, and you've been brainwashed all the time, and you've been indoctrinated to see this message everywhere. And you see yourself not being shot 50 times every day and surviving explosions. So that means that you are not the action hero. You have to be then the other type, the other archetype you see all the time, what masculinity is or what a man is, and that is the clumsy, nice guy. And this is horrible, because you've been fed this message all the time. You see a woman you like and you think, oh, I have to doubt myself, I have to lower my value, I need to feel inferior, and she needs to feel strong. And she watches the same stuff as you. So she thinks she has to be more masculine. She has to throw all her feminine qualities overboard and be more masculine. And that's also my critique of feminism. Why is feminism making women more masculine? Why is feminism putting a woman with all their female energy in a male suit, in male positions? Why is that feminism? Wouldn't it be more empowering to make a woman more feminine? Why does she need to be a man? I don't get it. So the first time I noticed that was when I watched WALL-E. Like, you know, the robot that cleans the earth, supposedly a male robot, and he cleans. Like, he takes care of the earth and he cleans the earth. And that's more like a feminine nature to make things more beautiful, to make things more clean. But of course, the dirty little male robot does it. And he's so alone, and he always looks so sad because he feels so alone. And then the shiny female robot arrives, and he's immediately in love with her and wants to show her all the beautiful things, and she doesn't care, and she acts so indifferent and stoic. And I thought, what the fuck is that? What narrative are we being told here? And then I noticed this template in so many other movies. You either have the clumsy little guy, the sad little guy that's like has such a big heart, and because he has such a big heart he gets the girl in the end, or you have the caricature, you have the action hero. And then it's understandable that a lot of men wake up and get red-pilled, which is basically feminism for men, and think they have to be the action hero. Ultra alpha, extra stoic guy that couldn't care less about women. And where's the middle ground? Where's the heart in it? Because true masculinity is taking care of the ones you love. And true masculinity is showing your vulnerability, showing your heart, taking risks by approaching a woman, by asking her out on a date, by leaning in for the kiss. That is true masculinity, because you're brave, because you're vulnerable, because you love. And by the way, this whole channel is about helping good-hearted, kind-hearted men like you to become that man that you always wanted to be and attract and keep smart and beautiful women into your life. So if you want that too, hit the like and subscribe button. So the next thing where you are being programmed to lack confidence is comparison with others. So first things first. If you have a brain and you know other people, you are comparing yourself to other people. It's normal. It's called being human. Through ads and social media, you've been programmed to see the beautiful people with their beautiful bodies living their beautiful lives everywhere. And I'm not talking about showing more of obese models everywhere and pushing fat people into our faces. That is not healthy, and that is not a good direction we're going in. I mean, how much longer can we gaslight ourselves as a society to think that morbidly obese model on that fashion catalog is actually beautiful and sexy? There is a reason we don't find that beautiful and sexy, because this is not healthy. And our body and everything inside us is telling us, stay away from that person, because this is not a healthy looking human shape. So you might get sick too. So stay away from that. I mean, what's next? We call war peace and that men can have babies? That would be nuts, right? No, back to comparison. You can compare yourself to others. That's okay. But there's a difference on how you use it. If you come from lack, you might think that all the success others have might not be available for you. And here's the kicker. You can either think that others are different from you, or you think we're all the same. And if one person can achieve something, then why can't you? Everything what you tell yourself that you cannot do it is a lie. Everything you keep telling yourself why you're doomed to be like this is an illusion. These are just excuses your ego tells you to keep you small, to keep you safe. Because the only task of your ego is to keep you alive. And it thinks something that you don't know is dangerous. Since you're miserable but alive, it tells you that being miserable is better than being happy. Because you've never been happy, so happy could kill you. But rationally, you know that's bullshit. And safety never led to freedom. Safety is always the compromise of freedom. But you can have both. Safety and freedom, but only if the safety, the security comes from the inside, never from the outside. True freedom always comes with true inner security. It's like in the famous saying, a ship is most safe in the harbor, but that's not what ships are made for. You are not made for deprecating yourself, for hating yourself, for pitying yourself. You are made from the same material as Michael Jordan, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, or whoever your idol is. If they can do it, why can't you? Jesus, every day I see people playing small, playing safe, thinking they're doing something noble with it by ducking away, by not speaking up, by not setting boundaries. Because they think otherwise they come off as arrogant. But arrogance always comes from insecurity. It's the same insecurity that leads you to hiding yourself. True confidence, however, comes from love. But that's not very masculine to say, right? Because that action hero never talks about love. True confidence always comes from loving yourself, loving others, and from the love of life per se. It comes from helping others, believing in others, from serving others. If you feel that you have a lack of confidence, then don't look for confidence coming to you. That's the wrong way. Act confident. Pretend that you're confident. Fake confidence until you will make it. And you will see it will come very fast. If you lack love because you feel lonely, then give love. Give what you want. And with true confidence comes also inner security, and with that, true humility. And true confidence is selflessness. You cannot gain confidence when you're being full of yourself, either because of hubris or self-pity. Lose yourself. Start playing big and fuck safety. Someone else showed you something that you admire, then go for it too. What more proof do you need that this is possible for you? I don't know, it sometimes feels like it's a huge stretch for people to think that they are made for more in this life. And if you don't believe in yourself yet, then that's fine. I will do it for you until you do it. And if you need help with that, then click the first link in the description and let's talk. But big, freaking major next point, how you have been programmed to lack confidence. It's society. Society programs you to lack confidence. It programs you to play small. It's in these phrases, the everyday phrases you exchange with other people. It's the things you hear and never think about. We call these societies herophobic. The fear of having a hero, of someone standing out from the crowd. I was born in Germany and we have sayings like leave the church in the village or stay on the carpet. And you hear these phrases when you want to stand up for something, when you think big, When you tell your dream to the world, to your friends, then you hear something like,
better fall back in line.
in Australia, you guys have the tall poppy syndrome. Or sentences or phrases like, stay in line. Pride comes before the fall. Don't get too big for your boots. Or the nail that sticks out gets hammered down. It's a Japanese saying. Or something very shame-inducing like the German saying, freu dich nicht zu früh. I could go on forever. But ask yourself, does hearing this feel good? Because I remember I was explaining my vision for the future and how great everything is. And I was a child and I knew adults know better. And I got crushed, my reality got crushed, my dreams got crushed by stay on the carpet. It is as if we are in a game of Tetris and we have to fall in line. But you know what happens when the piece falls exactly into the spot and fits in. It disappears. And not only it disappears, the whole row disappears. The whole society disappears. Because you become undistinguishable from every other one around you. But that's just because the ones that tell you this live like this and never questioned it. They had already this programming, so they programmed you. And then you see your friends repeating that same programming and you think, I have to fit in. You compare yourself with them because you also watch the same movies as them and you also watch the same people in your society as them and they act like this. So you have to act like this. And that's not their fault. It's not your fault. It's nobody's fault. But you know now that you can change it. Refuse any message that wants you to be silent, that wants you to fall in line, that wants you to don't act out. Also, there are 4 more dangerous lies good men are sold. Lies that you live by every day and are not aware of. So click here and watch them now.